It began on an ordinary autumn evening, October 12, 2022, when 35-year-old Nicholas Brutcher and his brother, Nathan, left their family home in Bristol, Connecticut. They drove a short distance to Bleachers, a local establishment, arriving sometime between 7 o'clock and 7:30 in the evening. The bar was hosting an open mic night, and Nicholas had planned to perform a comedy routine. However, as the evening progressed, he consumed a significant amount of alcohol, prompting the bartender to cut him off. While Nicholas remained at the bar, Nathan was occupied playing pool. At one point, another patron approached the bar, preparing for a game of pool. In a friendly gesture, the man placed his arm around Nicholas. However, Nicholas took offense to the physical contact and immediately warned the man not to touch him. The seemingly harmless interaction quickly escalated into a verbal dispute. Witnesses reported that Nicholas warned the man again before striking him in the face with his elbow, sending him backward. A staff member threatened to call the police, but both men dismissed the idea, agreeing to settle their disagreement outside. As they moved toward the exit, Nicholas suddenly punched the patron in the head, knocking him to the ground. The impact caused the man's firearm to dislodge from its holster. A friend of Nicholas quickly picked up the weapon and handed it to the bartender for safekeeping. The altercation then spilled into the parking lot, where Nathan became aware of the situation. After some pushing and shoving, bystanders intervened to separate the individuals involved. By the time law enforcement officers arrived, the Brutcher brothers were already leaving in a white pickup truck. Witnesses informed the officers about the fight, and although the patron involved stated he was uninjured and did not wish to press charges, officers decided to pursue the white pickup truck. The officers soon located the Brutcher brothers' vehicle and initiated a traffic stop. Nathan, who was driving, told the police he was taking Nicholas home because he was intoxicated. However, Officer Pollock informed Nathan that his driver's license was expired, meaning neither of them could legally operate the vehicle. As a result, their truck would be impounded. While Officer Pollock began preparing a citation for Nathan's expired license, other officers remained on the scene, waiting for a tow truck and transportation for the brothers. During this time, a tense and prolonged verbal exchange took place between Nicholas, Nathan, and the officers. Nicholas displayed erratic behavior, making provocative remarks toward the police. Nathan occasionally tried to defuse the situation, but his efforts were ineffective. The brothers repeatedly questioned the officers' authority and refused to cooperate, making it difficult for law enforcement to complete their tasks. Eventually, the tow truck arrived, and Nicholas approached the driver to inquire about retrieving the vehicle. He was informed that a 48-hour hold had been placed on it. Frustrated but seemingly resigned, Nicholas said he would retrieve it in the morning. Shortly after, his mother picked him up and drove him to his home, which was located a short distance from his parents' residence. However, something about the encounter with the police seemed to deeply affect Nicholas. His demeanor changed drastically. Over the next half hour, he began dressing in camouflage clothing and methodically gathering weapons from his collection. His actions were described as unsettling and deliberate. With a chilling sense of determination, he made a call to 911. During the emergency call, Nicholas vaguely referenced the earlier police interaction and claimed that his brother, Nathan, was behaving aggressively. He told dispatchers that only he and Nathan were at the house, and that he did not want to fight his brother but was concerned about his behavior. Nicholas also stated that Nathan was intoxicated while he himself was sober. In response to the call, 3 officers, Sergeant Dustin Deontay, Officer Alex Hamzy, and Officer Alec Urado, were dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, the officers approached the residence and encountered Nathan at a side door. They instructed him to show his hands and step outside. As Nathan began to comply, Nicholas, who had positioned himself in a concealed location on a neighboring property, initiated a brutal ambush. Armed with a high-powered rifle, he opened fire, discharging over 80 rounds in a matter of seconds. The officers were caught completely off guard. Sergeant Deontay and Officer Hamzy were fatally struck almost immediately. Officer Urado was hit in the upper leg but managed to retreat toward the police vehicles, taking cover. Despite his injuries, he steadied himself and returned fire. With a single well-placed shot, he struck and killed Nicholas, neutralizing the threat. Following the attack, An investigation was launched into Officer Jurado's use of deadly force. The findings determined that his actions were justified given the circumstances. His composure and quick thinking under immense pressure were later recognized as heroic. As authorities pieced together Nicholas Brutcher's life leading up to the attack, they discovered several warning signs. Raised in Bristol, Connecticut, Nicholas was the eldest of 4 sons. He graduated high school in 2005, earning recognition in football and wrestling. However, former classmates described him as a bully prone to physical altercations. He had attempted to enlist in the Army but was denied, possibly due to medical reasons. Despite this, he often falsely claimed to be a veteran.